Hey y'all, welcome back. I decided to do something different today. I wanted to try to do some little paintings, and I don't want these are just little blocks that were an old project from when I worked at Board and Brush. I made it, and the colors I didn't have. I should have probably painted them white and then did the light colors on them. There wasn't enough contrast, so I'm just gonna reuse it because that's what you do when you're crafty. Um, I thought about doing a black background and then doing kind of some white stars on it, but I think I want my churches to be white. So I'm going to mix this blue. This is just a bright blue Apple Barrel Walmart craft paint with a little bit of black to get a dark kind of blue black color. Um, and I'm going to just go around the outlines of the churches. I just penciled these in. They're not anything fancy. That's not anything special. I penciled them on here. I'm going to go around the outsides of the churches. And after that dries, I'm going to go back with maybe a white or a light gray for the churches. And then I think I'm going to do the windows different colors on different ones. So they're kind of stained glass looking. I don't know. Ooh, that's a pretty blue color. Okay, this is what we're going to do. And that's just a little candle cup that I mixed that paint in. I'm going to try to go around the churches. Oh, I like that blue. That's pretty. I don't want to do the whole board with this color because then I would be trying to cover that blue when I do the white church, and that would probably take forever. Take many, many coats, and I feel like the more coats I have to do, the more chance there is of me like getting out of the lines and getting all crazy and making a mess of it and everything. So I prefer just doing this. Oop, like, see what I did right there? Well, let's go ahead and fix this side to make it more even. I hope you can see this. I'm not using my regular phone, and I realized after I sat down and started doing this that the lightning cord that I use so that I can watch on my computer monitor, it works with my iPhone. It doesn't work with this phone. So we're just going to do it like this. We're going to do the best we can with what we got to work with. And these don't have to be perfect. It's very primitive kind of art. I do think I want to do the sides though. The sides of my boards. You can tell this is the cut end of it. You can tell because it's just sucking up the paint there. Even though it already had some white paint on it, it just like really sucked up the paint. And I'll go ahead and do this end. Now, I want these churches to be different. I don't want them to all be the same. So I thought about kind of doing white ones and then some kind of gray. Well, look at that. See what I did here? I'm going to brush over that because we could make that like it's the ground or something. Okay, now let's get to this one. I see some black paint on the side of there and some blue paint on the side. Let me mix this some more. And I like using glass because it's easy cleanup. To me, even easier than plastic. We used to use plastic paint palettes at the studio. And that paint will dry up on those things and it's hard to wash out. Because we didn't use this acrylic craft paint. We used exterior house paint. And that stuff was vicious like. Let me see if I can run a line down here, make it straight. So my pencil lines are really, they're kind of a guideline more than anything. They're definitely not perfect. But like I said, it's not a perfect craft. So I think this is light enough that I can go back with my black and do a black, oh, what am I thinking? A black roof line. maybe. Like I said, it's a very imperfect, primitive piece of art, so don't, it should be fun. You know what I'm saying? None of this should be stressful. It should all be fun and almost feel therapeutic. And I learned, see, I went way too far over there, so let's go back over here and get a little bit more narrow with this one. Not a big deal. There we go. I kind of like that little bit of light color coming through. That's pretty. Anyway, yeah, this to me should be a relaxing thing. I used to really stress about things like this. Oh my God, I would worry myself to death about a project like this. But not anymore, y'all. Not anymore, no. But these will be cute. Like if you had a fireplace mantle, they would be cute up on a mantle or on a sofa table or like under your Christmas tree set up under the tree. They could be really pretty. That's what we're going to have. Look, I got paint on my hands. I don't care. This craft paint washes off easy. Thank gosh. Because I get it all over me. But it's a much easier cleanup than the house paint. I can promise you that. And I think all I'm going to need is one coat for this background color. That's what it looks like to me. I hope y'all can see this. I'm trying to keep it in the camera, in the viewfinder here of the camera. And I know I did the cut ends. I'm going to go back and do the sides too. Don't worry. I'm going to get the sides covered. Trying to think what I can do on the other side. Like if I go ahead and coat it with blue, what other holiday could I use these for if I paint something else on them? There's some little angels I've been wanting to try. Maybe I'll go ahead and do this this blue background and practice some of the angels on the other side. While I've got this blue out and I'm doing it, I could really just go ahead and do that. That looks close enough to me to be even, right? Remember, it's primitive. Thank Grandma Moses. Primitive, 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 primitive. We are not I am not a classically trained artist. I'm not any kind of trained artist. I think the only art class I ever had was for like 9 weeks in junior high, and then I did take a year in high school, but it was, you know, draw the circle and shade the circle and the light reflecting on it and all that kind of thing. It was more like real art stuff, but I took art appreciation in college. I don't remember anything. I shouldn't say that. I do remember some things. I can see paintings sometimes and know if it's a Monet or Picasso or whatever. You hear me. You can tell I'm trained by, say, or whatever, because I don't know. I don't know them people. I'm not a classically trained artist. This is just stuff that I just do, you know. Look what I did. Stuck my knuckle on that one, look. Ah! I'm making a mess. Oh, well, we ain't going to worry about it. We're not going to worry about that. I'm going to get these coats on here. And my mat, I got paint on my mat. Guess what? It'll wash off. I'm not worried about it. I am not letting this become something that stresses me out. Drop it on the floor. Guess what? It'll wash off. Okay, so we've got 3 sides of all the boards done. And I have one more side to do on each board. I like this blue. This turned out good. It's a blue with a little bit of a black undertone to it. It's hard to believe it started out this color, huh? You just can't be afraid to mix paint colors, you know? And I know some people worry about, you know, well, what if I don't mix enough and then I run out of it and I can't mix the same color again? Girl, don't worry so much about it. You just do the best you can and go with it, you know? Now, I wish I had a time lapse where I could just pause this and come back when it's dry and I could do this last side, but I don't. So I'm going to sit here and talk to y'all, I suppose, because I don't know what else to do. Have y'all been cooking yet? Look at what I just did again. Have y'all done any cooking yet for Thanksgiving? Yes, no, maybe so. I went online a while ago when I realized I didn't have a mixer. I went online and ordered a mixer to be delivered from Walmart and thought I had finished the whole order, and then I just picked the phone up and it said insufficient funds because I forgot that the card on there is my old pay card, and absolutely they're insufficient funds. So I've got to wait till Shannon gets home and order again, and hopefully they'll have a delivery tomorrow. If not, I'm gonna have to go to the actual store. And y'all, I do not like Walmart at all. I don't like Walmart. It is not my favorite place to go. They do have good prices on some things and all that kind of thing, but that's not somewhere I want to go spend my time this close to holidays, because I know this is Thanksgiving, but everybody's trying to buy their groceries, and then everybody and their mom is there already trying to get some Christmas shopping done and all that, and I just can't deal with it. I'm one of those. Oh shoot, look what I did. I shouldn't have done that, huh? Anyway, so I've got one more side to do on each of these. It usually doesn't take very long to dry. I better not do that. I'm just going to sit here and let it dry. And we'll talk about something else. You see here on my planner for today, errands, none. Shopping, well, I'll deal with that when Shannon gets home and I can use his debit card. I had one phone call to make and I forgot to do it. But I've done the dishes, I've scooped the litter boxes, I've washed towels, I washed a load of dark laundry. Paint angels in churches. Go live, I haven't done it because I'm terrified. I did a very short video this morning of my desktop. I have a 1970s quilt made from the most garish double knit polyester clothes. My grandma made the quilt back in probably 1972, I think, for me. And I can look at it and remember different aunts. I remember, she had the pants and jacket. She had a pantsuit made from this orange double knit polyester. And it's the most hideous thing ever. I can't believe any of us ever wore clothes made from that fabric. But I've got that quilt, and it's very raggedy, and I can't seem to sleep with it because I don't like the way it feels. It's itchy and all that. It's not a pretty quilt I can hang on my walls or anything. So it is going to become Christmas stockings. Maybe. We shall see. I wrote it on my planner. Does that mean that means it has to happen, right? Whether I do it or not, it has to happen because it's on my planner. Right? Maybe not. I don't know. But I'm going to do it. So I'm gonna let this dry, paint this fourth side on all of them. Get my white, fill in here, fill in the churches. Then I'll probably real light pencil in where I want my doors and windows to be, and paint those in, and then go back with black and do a kind of bold brush stroke for the roof lines and the steeples. Maybe I'll do the steeples white so they really show up. I feel like they probably need to be white. That paint's not dry yet. You see me checking. I'm going to check with my finger to see if it's dry because I'm a genius that way. Anyway, I guess I could load this up and call it part 1. I don't know. Do y'all do Christmas crafts? Like, I want to make one of the ornaments with the, not the ornaments, one of the wreaths where they cover the metal wreath form with, or the wire wreath form with the deco mesh ribbon and then hot glue ornaments all over it. I've been wanting to make one of those for several years, and I don't know, y'all. I have a wreath to put outside already that's just like a greenery wreath that I put some red and white checkered bows and poinsettias on. I could just put that out there. We don't even have any of those shiny balls on our tree this year, so it might be weird to have a wreath with those shiny balls since we don't even have any of those. The only thing I have on my tree this year is some clear glass ones to kind of fill in around my homemade ornaments. I do want to make a video sewing up some of the heart shapes, some of the heart-shaped ornaments that I made. Because I've had several people ask me about those. And they're simple. You don't have to know how to sew. You don't have to know anything about fabric. You can make them from old t-shirts, old blue jeans, whatever you want to use. It's a good little upcycle project that's very inexpensive and turns out really cute. You can go to Dollar Tree and buy a pack. Well, maybe not Dollar Tree. I don't know if they sell embroidery floss. Walmart has a pack of probably 12 assorted colors of embroidery floss in a pack for a couple of dollars. And you get one pack of embroidery needles. They're cheap. And I stuffed them with fabric scraps from other projects. I didn't even buy fiber fill to stuff them with. You can stuff them with cotton balls or whatever. And I'll show y'all. I'm going to do a video and show y'all how I do those. Is that one dry yet? I don't have a clean finger to check it with. It's kind of dry. I'm going to go ahead and do that third side because I'm trying to get these dry. You know, I'm going to have to make another video. I can't sit here long enough for this to dry and then do my white painting. That's going to take me forever. And I didn't bring any white paint downstairs with me. So, duh, Susan. I could do the little window shapes yellow so it looks like light glowing from the inside. Maybe I'll do that. Is that dry? I don't want to leave fingerprints all over it. Let me scoot that one over. And see if I can lift this one up. Lift it up. That's pretty dry right there. We're going to go ahead and do this side. So I can wash my brush out and get another one and get it ready for the white paint. This will be pretty, I think. It would look really pretty like under your Christmas tree where it's kind of dark like. And you could string some of those the little tiny like fairy lights. Like, you know, wind it in and around them. That could be kind of cool looking. Have a little bit of light. I don't think that's what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. And I might not even keep these. I might give these as a gift. We're just going to see how they turn out. Okay, now I'm going to stop this video. We're going to call this part 1 of painting the churches. I don't like how this looks though. Let me see. Maybe this steeple needs to be skinnier. This bell tower needs to be skinnier to look more like the other side. I'm going to work on this till I get it the way I want it to be. Yeah, this is not a perfect science, y'all. I'm telling you. This is like elementary school painting is what I do. That's about the level I'm on. Elementary school level painting. Okay, so we've got them all base coated. I mean, our background is done. I'm going to let these dry. And let me do a little more here. I'm going to let these dry. We're going to do the churches. And then we're going to do the windows and steeples. And maybe add some stars. And then I'm going to show y'all how to do some distressing. You know you don't have to even use sandpaper for that. If you got cheap emery boards or nail files, I've done so much distressing with nail files and emery boards. And y'all, like I said, this was an old project that didn't turn out very good that I'm just reusing. I flipped them over and I'm reusing. you can use any kind of little scrap wood to do this with. If you can paint them really skinny, the large paint stirring sticks at the paint store, they're about this wide. Instead of that 1 inch, it's probably about 2 inches wide. Even those are good. They look like a miniature fence board. If you can paint it skinny enough, you know what I'm saying? It would have to be a pretty skinny little church. Or you could glue some of them together with some popsicle sticks on the back to hold them together, like, to make it a little plank kind of sign. And then paint it. That would be cute. And you would have like lines between the boards. That would be kind of cool. Okay, turning it off, washing my cup, washing my paintbrush, letting it dry and getting my white paint. I will be back with part 2, y'all. Bye.